This man is about to turn into a zombie, that his daughter is only 3 months old. Johnny was going to use the knife on the ground to end his own life. But looking at his adorable daughter, he remembered what his wife told him before she turned. So Johnny decides, while he still has his mind, to find someone who can take care of his daughter. But along the way his daughter keeps crying. So Johnny pulls out his wife's favorite perfume and sprays it a few times. This is mommy's scent, and the little girl stops crying. After that the father and daughter avoid the zombie horde, and they come across a retired doctor. The woman can tell right away that Johnny has been bitten, but she doesn't turn them away. Instead she kindly bandages his wound. Johnny thinks the woman is not only caring but also knows medicine, so he decides to entrust his daughter to her. But the woman has a terminal illness and doesn't have much time left. Johnny doesn't want to be a burden to her, so he decides to go find another kind-hearted person. But the infection starts acting up more frequently, and he knows his own time is running out too. The next day Johnny says goodbye to the doctor and continues on. Along the way Johnny runs into some zombies. An old man saves them and takes them back to his place. But the old man locks him and a young girl in a cage, 2 luring zombies. Johnny ties some rotten meat to a rope and uses the zombies to pull up the cage. After that the 2 of them escape with his daughter. Johnny chains himself to a rock. The next day he tries to ask the girl for help, but she refuses without hesitation, so the father and daughter have to continue on alone. Along the way Johnny's infection acts up again. He digs a hole and buries his head in it trying to suffocate himself. But he just passes out. A long time later Johnny wakes up, but his daughter is gone. He frantically searches for her, and it turns out the girl saved them. She just couldn't leave them behind, and decided to help them find an adoptive family. The girl leads them to an RV, stocked with tons of food inside. Johnny is pleased when he brings his daughter to find this family. The man of the house is digging a hole. Johnny asks the man if he could take care of his daughter. The man says no, but he just hands over the RV to Johnny. Turns out HES been bitten too. And HES decided to take his wife and daughter with him, so Johnny has no choice but to leave. After that Johnny picks up the gun, thinking about using it to end things for him and his daughter. But that's when his daughter speaks for the first time. This is her first time calling him daddy. Johnny just can't bring himself to leave his child behind. He decides to stay with his daughter until the very end. Johnny can barely walk anymore, leaning on the girl as they keep moving. Finally HES about to lose control. He hands his daughter to the girl and asks her to please take care of his daughter. Then he walks off alone and collapses on the ground. Looking at the rotten meat on the ground and the stick in the girl's hand, he ties the rotten meat to the end of the stick, then digs out a rock from the dirt with his hands and shoves it in his mouth. Then ties his hands together tightly with rope and carries the 2 girls on his back as he trudges forward. After a long time, they come across tribespeople who were looking for the girl. The old tribal leader wants to put Johnny out of his misery with a gun, but the girl stops him. She takes out Johnny's wife's perfume and sprays it a few times, even without his mind. Johnny still reacts to that familiar scent. The girl hugs Johnny tightly, then closes her eyes signaling to the leader that HES ready. And just like that Johnny goes down. He finally completed his mission and went to reunite with his wife. The tribe celebrates and welcomes their new family members. And finally on the girl's belly, they find 2 words that Johnny left behind.